Welcome to Fire Breathing Kittens, a 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons podcast. Today is a special episode, as we're here with our new member, Raincloud Moonglow. Hi, Raincloud.
Hello, how are you?
You're a new addition to the Cranbox. What color would you be, and why?
What a marvelous question. Let me think. Would it be a cop-out to say all of them? Or perhaps I would be a rainbow-colored crayon. I'm really not very good at making decisions.
You can be a rainbow-colored crayon. Yeah.
Marvelous. Okay. I'll go with that then.
All right. Raincloud, what are your strengths?
My strengths? Oh, I say, well. I mean, as you can see, I'm a big fluffy cat man, so I'm naturally quite agile. I mean, I can wall flip, I can climb most things. It's quite a handy set of skills to have. I mean, other than that, I'm not sure. I tend to be quite good at making friends, I suppose. People tend to warm to me. Maybe it's all the fur. I'm not sure.
Warm fur.
and as well, I mean, I suppose the only thing I really get paid to do is to find people. That's generally that's my bread and butter, as it were. So I suppose I'm all right at that.
Finding people is a very useful skill. Yeah. On the flip side of that card, what are your weaknesses?
Oh, I say, too numerous to mention. Let me see. Well, I do enjoy napping an awful lot, and that has got me into trouble in the past. I've been known to sleep for up to 16 hours a day, and I don't know. People tend to find fault with that. On top of that, my concentration is not the best. I have a great many interests, but none of which I'm really very well versed in. My mother would call me a jack of all trades and a master of none. So yes, not a great attention span, I suppose.
All right. You mentioned your mother. Where did you grow up, Raincloud?
Where did I grow up? Well, I grew up in a wonderful part of the world, in the Mavui Pass. It's a pass at the foothills of Mount Hokkaido. We've got a small hunter-gathering kind of village there, and that's where I was born and raised. But of course, once I came of age, I was out of there as quickly as I could. I returned to visit quite often, but I'm a cat of the world.
That makes a bunch of sense. There's a big city all around you here in Nicomoy, huh? Yeah.
Indeed, yes, and such a wonderful city it is too.
Yeah, is that why you joined the Fire Breathing Kittens Guild?
Yes, well, I mean, I just thought I spend so much time seeking adventure. I travel around a lot. My passions in life are meeting people, finding out about the mysteries of the world and indeed the universe, and I suppose sometimes I can translate that into a warm bed or a hot meal. And yeah, what better guild to sign up with than the legendary Fire Breathing Kittens?
Aw, shucks, thank you. And next question. By the way, we're at 6 out of 15, just to give you an idea. About a third of the way through.
Very well.
So we have an annual fighting tournament, kind of like a Super Bowl, if you would, here in Nicomoy. If you were given a 1-minute ad slot during the annual Nicomoy fighting tournament, what would you fill it with?
Oh, advertisements. That is a good question. Let me see. Oh, yes. Okay. Well, so there is a particular food truck down in just in a little village outside of Gardilu, and there's a gentleman there. What his name is? Paget, I believe, and he sells the most marvelous seafood. He has a delicacy of the region. I believe it's the pickled liver of sea slugs. And let me tell you, I could eat these things all day long. And the only place you can get them is in Gardilu. And this man, he appears to make very little money. He's a very modest man. I would like to see him get as much business as he could to his little food truck. So that is what I would advertise.
Aw, that's sweet. I'm picturing you with your snow leopard paws having like a chicken liver on each of your claws and like eating them off of your claws like it's off a toothpick or something.
That's essentially it. That is essentially it, yes.
They sound delicious.
Oh, you have no idea.
Pidge isn't much of a carnivore, but I guess for a snow leopard, that's delicious meat. But yeah. All right. What do you like doing in your spare time?
Well, all my time is spare time, really. So I suppose sleeping and traveling. I like to drink, sometimes to excess, I must admit. I like meeting new people, often in bars. I like learning stories. I like regaling others with stories. Yes. I would describe myself as a cat of leisure, I suppose.
Nice. A cat of legend.
No, of leisure. Maybe someday of legend.
Okay.
That would be rather conceited of me. Yes.
Okay. Well, sleeping 16 hours a day, that makes more sense. Maybe you'll be both.
My naps have been described as legendary.
Yes. All right. Question 8. What things in life are still a mystery to you?
Well, it's all a mystery to me, I suppose. The more I learn, I feel like the less I know. I spoke to a philosopher once, and he said to me that that existence is in the becoming. And I think what he meant by that was that it's more about I know it's kind of trite and cliche, but that it's about the journey and not the destination. And I'm inclined to agree. I feel if there were no mysteries left in life, I can't see how it would be worth living.
All right. That's very wise. Yeah. Kind of like each day is its own journey. Yeah.
Indeed.
Okay. All right. I just thinking about that for a few seconds. Pardon me. Okay. So, question 9. Everyone's got one. What's your annoying habit?
My annoying habit? Well, let me see. I have been told that when I'm asleep, that my big fluffy tail here has a mind of its own. And it's been known to disturb my friends when they're trying to sleep if we're cramped close together somewhere. Also, sometimes I find myself possessed of an unassailable urge to just gently shove valuable objects off the edge of things and onto the floor. It tends to happen when I've been cramped up inside for a while, or if I'm hungry, or if I need to go potty. And I don't know what comes over me, but it's not a conscious thing. I just do it. So maybe don't leave your valuables around me on high shelves when I'm in a mood.
And audience, we were delighted with a visual example of him slowly pushing like a glass of water off the edge of a table. That's fantastic. Yes.
It's as if time stands still when this glass of water or whatever falls to the ground. This beautiful silence before destruction. It's something. It triggers something primal within me. I can't explain it.
Very, very relatable. Everyone with a cat knows. All right. Question 10. Do you speak any other languages?
Well, yes, I've been known to turn my hand to Elven. I studied Elven when I was a lad. Other than that, not really. I mean, I can order drinks in most languages, and I've learned a few dwarven swear words that I won't repeat here. And of course, I picked up a bit of thieves' cant in my time, so I can communicate in that way as well. Although, I'm not very adept at it. That tends to get me in more trouble than it gets me out of. So I'm more of a straight talker. Yes.
Well, I guess we'll have to see where that goes. Yeah.
Yes, I suppose we will.
Question 11. Raincloud, where would you like to visit?
Where would I like to visit? Well, the truth of it is that I've never been outside of Guaso, despite calling myself a traveler and an explorer. I do have something of an aversion to the open seas, to open water in general. And I mean, I always just presumed that I would get around to it someday. And I realized recently I was offered passage on a ship, and I turned it down. And when I looked back at it, I realized that my decision came from a place of fear. And I think that's a terrible way to live one's life. So I would love to see any of the other countries, any different continents. I just need to somehow conquer that one aversion that I have. Again, it feels like something primal within me.
The interviewer, Pidge Beekman, nods as she looks at the tabaxi in front of her. Yes, I understand. That makes sense. All right. Well, now we're heading into the silly questions territory. Question 12. Do you like pickles?
What? Oh, I did.
Oh, no.
You startled me. Oh.
Not cucumbers. Pickles.
I mean, what's the difference? They're just little sneakier cucumbers. My word. Oh, you've given me quite a fright. The funny thing is, I quite enjoy the taste, but I will only consume pickles if they've been diced or chopped up in some other manner. I had an incident as a lad where I just finished a lovely meal and someone carelessly set a cucumber down beside me, and I full on passed out with the shock of it.
Oh.
Yes. I realize now that this is becoming something of a theme of the interview, that I have these primal flaws that I need to overcome. So,
or not.
I don't know if you set out to therapize me, but it seems to be helping. It's good to talk about your problems.
Sometimes we just have to embrace who we are, right?
That is also true. Yes, I like that. Yes.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll serve you some finely diced pickles then.
Please.
Yeah. All right. Silly question time. A penguin walks through that door right now wearing a sombrero. What does it say? And why is it here?
It's funny you should ask that, because I did actually experience something very similar to that in the real world. At least I think it was in the real world. I was in the city of Kefasti, in a bar of sorts, and I was past a pipe. I smoked some of it, and yeah, indeed, some kind of a flightless bird wearing an unusual regional hat did walk in, and he sat down, and we discussed everything from the universe and life and the meaning of it all. And before I knew it, I was in the back room of a carpet shop on the other side of the city. All my possessions gone. No idea how I got there, and no recollection of. I mean, I'm pretty sure this guy described the meaning of life to me, and I understood it at the time, but now it is once again a mystery. So I would hope that this penguin would maybe give me some clear bullet points on the nature of the universe, and maybe I would write them down this time.
Yep. Didn't ask any questions about what was in the pipe. Do you still have your kidney?
My kidney? I mean, I presume I have kidneys. I've never checked.
Okay, good. Oh, man. Second to last question. What would you like remembered about you?
Oh, we've gone off the silly questions now, I see. Interesting. You know, I think just to be remembered at all would be enough, in any sort of a positive light. I think I would like if people remembered my stories, and that I tried to be kind and good and merciful. Yes, I mean, as I've touched upon, I do work as a bounty hunter. I'm not fond of the name bounty hunter. There are connotations there, but honestly, usually when I fail, it's because I end up sitting down for a drink with my quarry, and we get talking and realize that we've got more in common than not, and I'll just kind of let them go. So I would like to think that there are a few ne'er-do-wells across the country who will remember the fluffy tabaxi man who gave them a second chance.
Aw, that's pretty cute. And last question, what is one message you would give to your fans?
My fans? I would say, here's the message I have for my fans, and I mean, I don't think I have fans, but if you want to tickle me under the chin, please just ask first. It's rather rude to just reach over and start tickling someone on the chin, even if it's the fluffiest part of their entire coat. I mean, I get it, but yes, ask for consent, and I will be a fan of yours in turn.
That's a very wise thing to say to fans, for sure. Personal space. Okay, well, thank you for joining us today, Raincloud Moonglow.
You're very welcome. Thank you for having me, Pidge.
And everyone will see Raincloud in an upcoming adventure. Bye-bye. Say bye.
Bye. Goodbye. Ta-ta. Farewell.
Bye-bye.